a fresh installation of Infix Edu. I'll show you how to start. At the beginning you need to create section. Without section you can't create the class. So first I just create a section as a sample. After complete adding section, you need to move class. Now you can add class like 1. You can select any section if required class only 1 or section A or B or ABC all as per your requirement. Just save the button. It will create a class. Without those you can't actually register the student, because class and section is required for register a student. To complete academic system, I show you the process how to create academic system and register a student. For the complete academic system, we also required at least one teacher. Without teacher you can't assign the subject. Without assigning the subject, you can actually create the class routine. So we will create related information. Optional subject is it is actually depend on country. Every country might be not required. So if it is not required, don't touch it. We move for classroom. It is not mandatory give any name. As per your requirement you can give the name. Capacity, it is depend on you, so there is no requirement, no mandatory issue. I just give a example 20 student. Create a room. Now you need to create subject. Subject code is mandatory, so you need to give any subject code, but you should provide the subject code, otherwise is not created. For the others resource, so you need to create actually stub here from stub directory. Add step. In our system built-in hand department or one designation, so those also mandatory. So at the initially if you are not required, so you don't need to create, but if you want to create another department or designation, you should create before you start. So role I create select as a teacher. Actually whole system known as per the role. Identify the role. So main issue is role. This is mandatory, but you can do it or not. It is not impact in others place. Address is required, salary also required. I just fill up the required information. When you actually go for the work in the production, then you need to fill up others information. After create the teacher, now we can move to academic again. And we need to assign teacher. You need to select class, section and the teacher. So what we did, that is actually assign the teacher for the class. Now we assign subject. That means class 1 and section A. Actually it is searching, but you need to assign first. So class 1 and section A, we select the subject and select the teacher. If you require multiple subject and teacher, then click on the plus button, and here is another subject. You can also assign same teacher for multiple class. Click on save. So relation is done. Now we need to class and exam time setup. Without this, we can create the class routine. We can select here exam or class. It is actually for the class routine, so we select the class. When you do the exam, that time you need to select the exam from here actually. So now we can go for class routine. If I am not missing, section, class, subject, classroom, class time, assign teacher, subject teacher is done. Now we can go for class routine. So select class 1, section A, search. Here you can see one thing I forget to actually did, there is the weekend issue. So you need to actually select the weekend issue, which day is your weekend. So you need to go system setting, and here is the weekend system. So like Saturday, Sunday mostly have the weekend, so we can go there. Back to academic again. In the class routine, you need to select class 1. Now you can see Saturday and Sunday is the weekend. So here is the first period or first class and second class. You can create unlimited class as per your requirement. Here is the weekend. Now like I want to set up Monday class, click on there and select subject and teacher automatically selected and room number. If you want to go in the math class, teacher auto selected and room number 1 same. As it is time different, so you can select same room number, but in the same time you can select same room number. So this way you can select each of them. Select teacher, room. So auto selected, so you don't require to save or something else. If we go to class routine again, you can see save data here. So I think academic information all mostly done. Now you need to go student registration. Under student info, you need to click student list. Then here you found add student. You can insert the student from here. If you require to import a student, like in your school have existing student, you can import from here. So when you import the student, you can get the sample file here. You can download the sample file and fill up as per requirement. Without the requirement, if you fill up another format, import not work. Sometime it may be you can import, but the system not loading the student, might be a system with going to crash or something happen. So make sure sample file, as per sample file you will insert the data and then you import. You need to select the class, which class you want to import. and which section, and browse the file. Here is we mentioned some points. You need to take care this issue before you import. So I move to the student list again, and here is the student. I just select the class 1 and section 1. Role automatically generated, but you can modify if you want to provide another role. Academic year is required. You should select academic year. As our current system, actually we did the admission number, student can log in with only admission number, so email address is not required. So student can use the admission number and password. Our system default password is 123456 for all of the users except admin. So you can do it from here. And you need to at least provide parents information, like select the relation and name. You need to provide email address. Without email address actually it is not work, and must be provide any phone number. That's all the main requirement. Just save. And another issue happen most of the time, you face the problem, that is the sibling. So how you add the sibling? Like one student I already added in the system. So in the same student, if have his brother or sister, you can go there at the student, and you can select which class you want to admit. It is not actually required to like you want to admit section B, role automatically created for the section B, but if you select section 1, rule is different. Mr. Student 2, academic year, and here is the main things is parents. So actually if the student already exists in the school, so parents should be exist in the school. So you need to select the student like 1 and Bablu Ali. So if you think it is his sibling, so if you save, you can see those information is gone because it is not required. When these parents log in their panel, they will see 2 child in the same panel. That means sibling is not required to enter all of the students. So here is the option. I think it is good enough for the academic and student setup. If you face any problem, you can comment or you can mail us support@spondonit.com. Thank you.